Well, Laura, thank you for being on our show. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
I want to just really quick tell you that I can't remember how many years ago it was, but you remember the movie, the beach movie?
Teen Beach Movie?
Teen Beach Movie, yes. I remember driving like a maniac to get to a TV in time so that my kids could all sit around and watch that. And we watched it over and over and over again. Great movie.
It's a great movie. My co-star's in it, and I absolutely loved supporting him and watching that because it's a very, very fun movie for sure.
It holds up. In fact, my kids who are now 18 and 16 were watching it 2 nights ago, cranking it up.
You know what's so funny? It's like Disney Plus 100% just reintroduced a new generation of kids to my generation of Disney, which I think is really cool because obviously without that, I do feel like, right, you'd have, the 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds who wouldn't necessarily have watched Austin Alley or anything, but now because of Disney Plus, they are watching. So it is quite strange, but it's quite cool as well.
That was a really unique show, the Austin and Alley show that you were on, because it seemed like, now as a parent, I was into it, and maybe I'm having a fever dream. You're gonna have to tell me if you remember this. You remember how they would show like behind the scenes stuff that they would shoot with your families and things in between? Okay. I'm going to ask you about this, and this is either make me sound like I'm a complete idiot or you're going to totally remember it. So it was you and your family, and I think a bunch of friends, and you played some kind of word game or music game with them. And
Okay,
it was
incredible memory.
Because it was something like, I can remember the pattern of it was like something like you would do something like bump, bump, and then
It was like, I know a guy named Tim. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. It's like an improv game because drama.
So how do we play? Let's see if we can do it.
So it's all about rhyming. Oh my God, why am I so excited right now that we're going to
I'm so excited it wasn't a fever dream. I'm so excited it actually happened.
In fact, I was going to say one of my favorite moments of that was my dad was a part of that who, I've been acting for a really long time, even before Austin Alley. He's been on set with me. And that I feel like was the first moment where he realized things are fake because he had to cook pasta and he was really stressed about really cooking pasta. And I was like, Dad, like you don't, it doesn't have to be real. And he's like, no. I'm Italian and it has to be real. And I was like, okay. But it's improv game. So essentially it's a rhyming game. And the idea is this will be funny to do over Zoom, but we're all supposed to guess the rhyme at the same time. So, right, like, I know a guy named Joe. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going like Joe. He didn't like to stop. He liked to
go.
Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
You're good, Rich.
Keep rhyming. But you're trying to set up the rhyme so the rest of the group knows what the rhyme's going to be.
Okay.
So essentially, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going like Joe.
So fun.
Okay, do one with orange.
Okay, I know a guy named Orange. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going like Orange. There was a door, but there wasn't a
hinge.
Door hinge. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Hey, well, let's talk about your album, about your EP. It's from what I understand, it's about the ups and downs of your love life. Is your love life? Is it your love life? The ups and downs with public? Is it all over Instagram? Is it all over TMZ? Do we know the guy?
No, I'm pretty private about my life because I feel like I have to. I think I'm a big compartmentalizer, and if I don't, it just freaks me out a little bit. It feels like sometimes, when you were in high school and like you start dating someone or you have your first kiss with someone and then someone else, the whole school knows and you're like, stop looking at me. That's kind of bad for like a larger scale. So for me, I am an independent artist. I started releasing my first EP in 2018 and 2019. It was called Me. Then I did a sequel to that called You, and this is the conclusion of the trilogy called Us. And, the Me and You EPs were all about the falling in love aspect of this relationship. And I certainly always knew I wanted to do a conclusion of it, but I wasn't expecting it to be necessarily a breakup EP. That more kind of came with, I guess, life and very representative of what life is. You kind of can't expect what's going to happen. But this EP for me means so much because not only is it the conclusion of my EP, it's the first EP I'm putting out before I go on my first tour ever. I'm going on tour starting July 14th, which is very, very exciting. It's the Us Tour named after the EP. But the whole idea of this EP is a little bit like you know, what happens when the story doesn't work out the way you want to? What happens when the fairy tale doesn't have that happy ever after the way you thought it would? So, you know, like the artwork I kind of just premiered, I went a little crazy and I'm like a sad fairy in it, which was really fun to shoot. But the whole EP has been quite an emotional experience to write and work on. But I'm very, very pumped for it to finally be out for people to hear. And it's the conclusion of these 3 EPs. So it's been a long time coming.
But when you go on tour, are you with a huge band, or is it like you and a piano, you and a guitar? What is it on tour?
Okay, a little bit of both, I guess. So I'm essentially, right, it's a club tour, super, super intimate. It's just going to be me, a guitarist and a drummer, and I'm going to be on keys for like half of the show. So I'm still going to kind of be like standing up for some part of the shows, and then I'll be playing keyboard kind of in the middle.
So what about tickets and information? Do they go to a special website?
You could go to my website, lauramarano.com. You can go to my Bands in Town. Oh my God, I almost forgot what that was called. My Bands in Town, Laura Marano Bands in Town on Spotify. My Spotify, it's like linked. You can go on Songkick. There's so many different websites. It's actually quite overwhelming.
That's great. Yeah, because you're going to be at Valley Bar August 8th. Yeah,
I love that place.
It's a good venue.
It's so cool. It's like a little speakeasy. It's underground.
Well, you know, Peyton is the one with the hat on here. She's brand new on our show. And so you're our first celebrity interview in a long time, you know, because of COVID and stuff, and because nobody cares about our show.
Take that back.
So that'd be kind of neat if she could kind of like take over the interview, if you don't mind.
100%. Let's
do it. Pretend we're not here, okay?
Now I'm nervous.
Well, don't be. You're fine. You know what
Laura
you're doing.
can guide you and give you advice.
Okay, yeah.
I have no doubt.
Well, let me just preference. I'm 23, so like your Disney Channel era is my era. So I'm like fangirl over here.
I'm very excited about that.
No, but that's so cool. So like you're headlining, right? This is your first headlining tour?
Yeah, my first headlining tour. I thought you said headlights for a second.
Sorry. It's the braces. It's the braces.
No, I was like here. So which makes my life great. No, so yes, first headlining tour ever. First tour ever. Very excited.
Oh, so you're excited?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, okay. That's really cool. What does that feel like? How's that feeling?
It feels really exciting, to be honest. The excitement is very real. I'm obviously a little nervous as well. I just came back from filming something. So the rehearsals were about to like get started in rehearsals. But every time I would get home from filming back where I was shooting, I would rehearse, which was fun, but also a lot.
Oh, so you would say that you're rehearsing a lot for this?
I would say I'm rehearsing a lot. I would definitely put that as a description.
Oh, okay. That's really awesome. And I think we're all super excited to see kind of where you go and how this goes. And I'm super excited to see you come into Phoenix where we're at and that kind of vibe.
You're too good.
Sorry.
You're too good.
I was like, where's the joke here? Because you're freaking killing it.
I know.
You're awesome.
I was actually very impressed with the way she was doing a real good interview there, Laura.
I was actually really nervous.
You actually balanced it perfectly of like doing the repeating, but then still like actually doing a great interview.
Like it's got to be obvious that she's like, you know, you just got done recording.
Do you want to try it now?
Do I want to try?
Do you want to try what we just had Peyton do?
What we just had Peyton do?
You guys are so good.
You guys are so good.
Yeah, you guys are so good. I mean, Laura, listen, we know you got to go. We were grateful. It's so funny looking at you because you're so mature now. I mean, with your.
It's because I cut my hair. I just did this new role where I had to cut it. If my hair was long, you'd be like, you're still a baby. But I don't know.
What made you pick that place in your house to do this Zoom where we could see part of your stairwell and part of that frame behind you?
Where does that go?
You don't want to know. No, this is where the best light is, plus fairly okay Wi-Fi. So
okay. What if somebody came falling down those stairs?
Yeah, at least if you fall down the stairs, which I've done before, at least you'll have really good light when you land.
Have you seen The Staircase yet on Netflix or HBO Max?
Okay. Yeah. I watched a little bit of it on Netflix. Haven't watched it on HBO yet, but I'm kind of obsessed with the story.
I would say, like, if you're sitting there talking to us right now and all of a sudden this woman comes down behind you.
It's the owl's fault.
Blood everywhere.
I was going to say, do you know the theory about the owl?
Yeah. The theory about the owls.
What do we think?
It seems unlikely.
I don't think it was the owl.
No. I just watched this whole thing on setting up your Zoom room, and it was on your sister company, ABC. And so what I would suggest from here is some greenery on the stairs. They like greenery behind you. And there's
the greenery.
in one album. Like if you're going to have an album in the background, they say don't have like a bunch of books because it looks like you're not selling them, but one framed EP of us would be awesome.
Ooh, I like
Yes.
this idea. I still think having one frame would be kind of obnoxious, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, might as well poster the whole wall, I say.
Well, Laura, we're going to let you go because
picture of me behind. Like,
we know you have 17 other radio shows to get to. So thank you for taking the time to talk to us this morning. Good
my
luck to you.
pleasure. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
And now we're not going to leave. We're just going to stay here.
No, I think that would be good.
Stay on the video.
I don't. Also, I want to hold a mic at the same time. I don't know. I think, like, let's all pose together.
It's really awkward because we only have 3 and there's 4 of us. So we're just trying to figure out like where to hold it so that we can all talk.
You guys handled it very well. It was very impressive.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to start the interview. Hello, Laura. How are you?